This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, please locate the barf bag located in the seat back in front of you. It's the Human Centipede first sequence. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadek's second sequence.
Chris Cobbin.
And I'm Eric Siska in the rear eating shit, apparently.
And we hate movies.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
Sometimes that is murder.
Zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
He's sick fucks. You've seen one too many movies.
Nah, Sid! Don't you blame the movies! Movies don't create psychos! Movies make psychos more creative!
Put the fucking rules in the bag!
It was an excellent day for an exorcism.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. Thank you for tuning in. As always, that's right. The Halloween Spooktacular gets really fucking gross right now.
It's the Halloween season.
Pukey puke.
I hate this.
You're eating shit.
I really just
Eric's already gone.
It is, of course, the Human Centipede first sequence from 2009, directed by Tom Six. Yeah, I am a fucking genius.
He seems like an enormous, this isn't a movie. This is not a movie.
No.
I don't think it's an idea in search of a movie.
He seems like an enormous, not a movie.
Yes, he is an enormous, not a movie. We're not I will say, sadly, we're not the first podcast to cover this.
Oh,
this
really?
topic. Yeah.
No,
What?
This
Really?
no, it's crazy, Chris Cabin. No,
What?
someone else broke new ground. Check this shit out.
Listener supported. WNYC Studios.
Is he on Frasier?
This is Alec Baldwin, and you're listening to Here's the Thing. The Human Centipede. The only movie Roger Ebert ever refused to give a star rating to. It is what it is, he concluded. It was the talk of the festival circuit in 2009.
Okay, we're not going to listen to the whole episode.
I'm the boss, baby, and I'm gonna make a baby centipede.
The Boss Baby first sequence.
Is that that's the TV show, or is that the TV
No,
show?
I think the second, the Netflix series full sequence. Clearly.
Right.
But the
So,
weirdest
Steve,
thing,
you listened to this thing.
I did. The weirdest part about this
Tom
whole,
Six is a genius.
he's having fun with him. It's kind of, I can't tell if it's he obviously must have really liked this movie. This episode came out last year out of nowhere. It's
Wow.
like, I'm
What?
going to interview Tom Six.
It's because people like Alec Baldwin are actually making human centipedes, I think. Like the rich, we don't.
Hey, Tom, how about some tips?
So, where'd you buy gas? Because I know you need to knock these people out.
But it's somewhere between like, oh, this is a really smart movie, or is it like when you invite the kid in school that's going to eat worms in front of you kind of a thing? Like,
Right.
You don't know which way he's going with it because you are just so ridiculous, Tom. I can't believe you're saying this.
This is the big question, though.
Uh-huh.
I mean, since it was last year, has Alec Baldwin seen all three Human Centipede movies?
He only saw the first two. He's like, my wife she goes to bed. I watch Human Centipede movie.
Wow. Get out of here.
I had a Tom Six double feature. The wife went to bed. I poured myself a large scotch. I like all the violence, the killing, the shit eating.
Especially the shit eating. Welcome to WNYC Studios. Tom Six. You brought the weird short fat guy from part 2.
Hi. How you doing?
Stay up for Radio Lab coming up after this, talking about whether you can or cannot make a human centipede.
Yeah, it's me, Robert Krolrich, and I'm here to tell you about whether or not you can actually make a human centipede.
You can't, right? I mean, I think
No,
this movie
yeah.
proves you cannot. I have not seen the sequels. I understand.
Neither have I.
Steve has seen them all in theaters.
I have.
Devoted.
Yeah.
In theaters, all 3.
I
It's a 6 head.
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. My wife and I started dating in early 2019. Early 2010, right when this was sort of starting to come out. And there was a moment in American culture. There was a mania. You were talking about it, like Alec Baldwin said, like in the streets. You'd kind of be like, you hear about this movie, Human Centipede. Oh my gosh, what's it about?
You know what it was? It was the predecessor. Am I using the right word here? It came. You know what preceded this is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
The predecessor to this mania, that mania that you're talking about, also a film from IFC.
The Room.
No. Donkey Punch.
You and I don't think Donkey Punch did not have a moment.
No, Donkey Punch definitely had a moment, dude.
What was that, like 2006?
Something around there, 2006, 2007 maybe?
Yeah, late aughts, I would say. But like Donkey Punch wasn't I don't think it had a conversation like this.
Listen, what I'm saying, Chris Cabin.
Sure.
Okay, most contrarian film critic.
I'm listening.
Okay,
I think you're the contrarian.
No, listen, it's totally true. It's totally true. Donkey Punch had to crawl so the human centipede could run, my friend.
Okay, all right.
But like
Donkey Punch was 2008, and I believe it's about Donkey Kong when he finally gets Mario.
Gets him alone.
Donkey's revenge. Oh, my beautiful face.
Oh, you killed Luigi.
Sorry, the quote on the Donkey Punch poster is the sexiest, most shocking thriller of the year.
Whoa, the word sexiest is
Yes.
used? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But no, my wife and I started dating in 2010, very early on. And it was just kind of where, you're going on a couple dates, you're feeling each other out. The moment of Human Centipede had arrived, and she started talking about it. And it was like, it'd be pretty funny if we saw that in theaters. And it is the first movie that I saw with my wife. So then,
memories.
And then obviously when the second one came out, as a joke, we went to see that. And then the third one,
as
well,
fans
we gotta
of the
go.
movie,
Yeah, but you're both secretly wanting to see it. Yeah,
don't joke
By
this.
the way, audience, the joke there was in air quotes. Steve Sadek's air quotes.
Yeah, it's just, sometimes you get into habits of things. By the way, I did, when I went there, it was an afternoon showing for the first one.
Wow, seeing it when the sun's up.
And I saw a dude came up to me that I knew from doing improv in a Human Centipede t-shirt.
No, you fucking loser.
And he was like, can you believe it? And I was like,
can you believe what?
Just that it's happening, that it's the human.
Is there a religion around this or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're a sexist. Yeah, I'm fucking great.
I avoid the Catholics and the Scientologists. Somehow, Paul Haggis got me out of Scientology, but I'm a sexist now. I'm a total sexist.
This is a Judeo-sexist nation.
No, I'm not a sex. Well, I am a sexist, but I'm also a sexist. So the Human Centipede, in case you want to know, listen
now, tread lightly.
It's the premise of the movie, which is an evil scientist played by Dieter Laser.
Dieter Laser, yeah. Oh, I'm playing Dr. Heiter. Pew pew.
Dieter Laser is like the one guy from
the discotheque.
Exactly, yeah. He would run his own discotheque. Welcome to Dieter Lasers. So it's an evil scientist that kidnaps 3 people, sews them together, ass to mouth is the only way you can put it, and wants to create a human centipede.
It's 4 people.
Well, yeah, everyone forgets about that poor truck driver.
That poor truck driver.
Now,
but also,
he was just an aborted experiment. Like, he didn't even go forward with that guy.
I think it was a thing where is it a thing where they have to have the same blood type?
He said something about
yeah,
tissue.
you're too fat.
I think that was
I cannot make a human centipede with a fat hole.
He didn't want a super fat centipede, like a fat head with a little body,
Oh, sure.
I mean, if there was ever something to fail a test of, it's the Human Centipede test. It's just like, you know what, dude, I'm sorry.
He won this movie by being killed early.
He's kind of the Gary Sinise in Apollo 13. He's guiding them from the mission control.
Ash, no. Your asshole is too big. You will not do in the Human Centipede.
I'm sorry, Kevin Bacon and Tom Hanks, and I'm not going to be able to go to space with you and get my face sewn to your asshole. I never had the chicken pox.
Listen, whatever they have in that centipede, that's what I need in here, okay? That's how we're going to bring them home.
Ed Harris is in the room. You sew that ass to that mouth, and you get those boys home.
That's the untold story of Apollo 13.
Yeah.
That's how they got home.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Math calculations be damned. You were sewing asses to mouths, dude. That's how they fucking landed that sucker. Houston, we got a gross problem up here.
I can't believe this is happening.
This is it. And this might be the shortest episode of
You never know.
2019.
Let me say this about this movie because it's fucking abhorrent. I hate it. This is the second time I've seen it. I will say the opening sequence of... So it's like Dieter Laser is sitting in his BMW. Yes, my BMW. Looking at pictures of like the dog centipede that he made. He's like crying over these 3 dead Rottweilers.
I kind of want the animated prequel to the dog centipede. A Rottweiler centipede seems unstoppable.
Animated credits. Opening credits with the first dog experiment.
Oh, yeah, like Weekend at Bernie's
like
too.
Madhouse.
It's like, oh no, it's hiding my syringes. God damn you.
It's the fucking...
Why did I get so naughty one as the head? Oh, this naughty centipede.
Alvin dog.
Oh, Alvin, Simon, and Theodore. Great name for human Rottweiler centipedes.
The Photoshop on this picture is so terrible. It's the fucking worst. But I will say, so after that, this truck driver pulls over. This hilarious, like this poor truck driver, he's trying to take a shit on the side of the road. BYOTP, by the way, good for him. He's not going to risk, poison sumac leaves or something. But so like this dude is pulling over, he's taking a shit, and the sequence of like Dieter Laser, you see him out of the car, and he like whips open this like Orson Krennic jacket, and he's got this rifle.
Yeah.
It's actually like kind of well done. It's the one positive thing I will say about this movie. This movie is fucking terrible. That is a well photographed and executed sequence.
I mean, I think that what the problem is, again, it's just there's no tension in the movie. There's no movements really. Like
he wants to make a human centipede and he does.
Exactly. That happens in minute 31, and then you've got an hour of kind of dicking around.
Well, it's to show you that you can't really do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like when a superhero is trying to get his powers under control.
Oh.
Yeah.
And like, he or she is training using their powers.
Yeah.
That's what the majority of this movie is him being like, all right, now human centipede, come on, let's walk through the backyard.
Wait, so in this scenario, is he the superhero or the human centipede?
No, he's like the SHIELD agent.
Got it.
You know, and like human centipede is the superhero.
Gotcha.
So that would be amazing if Samuel L. Jackson, the whole Avengers initiative,
right?
He's recruiting all these people at the end of each movie, and he's showing up, and he's like, "We got a problem," and it's a human. The only way to defeat Thanos was a human centipede.
Right. So they have to fucking sew Iron Man and Thor and the Hulk all together.
Hulk has to be at the back of that line, dude. Are you kidding
I think
me?
Hulk is like this fat guy.
Yeah, you
murders.
get poisoned.
He's just too big. Hulk was too big.
Or he's invulnerable. You wouldn't be able to sew in one way or another.
So now it's Black Widow that's getting sewn in.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
So, but my question is, so if in this actually bring this into the Marvel universe,
which is where human centipede rightly belongs. First of all, are you listening, Kevin Feige? Why don't we get some acquisition money together?
So I was smoking a joint in the middle of the woods, and there was a centipede. I was like, "What about a human centipede?" Say,
I met this guy named Horace Six, and he was telling me about his son, and he just had a wham smacker of an idea.
Oh, Marvel Phase 6.
Oh man!
Yeah, you've officially run out of ideas when you hire me, Tom Six.
No, but in what we're calling the snap, or I think in Spider-Man: Homecoming or Far From Home, they call it the blip.
Yeah.
It would be amazing if you don't know when Human Centipede 1 takes place.
I know where you're going with
this. The middle girl, Lindsay, disappears out of nowhere, and like Dieter Laser's like, the fuck? And like the two of them kind of run away like Benny Hill kind of experiment because nobody knows. She just disappears.
I thought you were going to say, what if the blip happened and everybody kept on asking what happened to Human Centipede?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody just forgets.
Oh, my God. They come back. They're like, oh, yeah, man. When is Human Centipede? Was that any good?
Oh, yeah. That box office sensation, right? Human Centipede?
Yeah. Hawkeye's like, yep, my family disappeared. But, before we get to that, what happened with
what of Human Centipede?
Jeremy Renner runs into his farmhouse. He's checking his DVD collection. Whew, they're all still here.
Final sequence?
3.
Yes, final sequence is here.
I do want to say, just because people are like, I'm not a super fan.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I
didn't say of what.
Of the Human Centipede. I just want to be clear. We hated all three of these movies, but it turned into a kind of an ironic, fun tradition between my wife and I. Please don't put me in jail.
Now every Christmas.
The only joke is your view of money.
Yeah, you could have at least bootlegged it.
I will say, we were looking up the box office receipts on Human Centipede Part 3, which I did see in theaters.
Yeah.
It was $14,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which means like me and my wife are like about 1% of the box office of that, roughly. New York City prices, am I right?
So what was that audience like? Now, the first movie I can forgive some people for going to.
Yeah, because nobody knew.
Yeah.
Except
How
for
could you
T-shirt
know?
guy. T-shirt guy knew it.
T-shirt guy was on board.
T-shirt guy, I think, is the biggest mystery of this conversation, because this was T-shirt guy was in part 1 when you saw part 1.
Yes, part 1.
So this guy, so it's one of two things are happening here. One was this guy bought a T-shirt and wore it to a movie he was seeing for the first time, or this fucking loser was seeing this movie for at least the second time in the theaters, because after the first time he liked it so much he bought a T-shirt. Do you know which one it was?
I believe he had not seen it yet.
Even worse.
It was just sort of, he was a fan of the moment. It was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of wearing the band T-shirt to the band I'm gonna see kind of a guy.
No, you can't be doing that.
You can't be wearing the Human Centipede shirt to the Human Centipede movie, people.
Did like K-Rock do a fucking screening of it? Where did he get this shirt? You can't just buy those things.
Was it homemade? Yeah. Was it like Sharpie on a white T-shirt?
It looked like it was screen printed at least. So
was it like? Did it just say it in text?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It was. I should explain. It was a black T-shirt with the white, the drawing of Dieter Laser's diagram.
The little sketch.
Oh, okay.
I was jokingly going to ask if that's what it was, but whoops, turned out that was the truth.
Did it have the title on the back?
I mean, I'm not looking at this guy's back.
Was it 100%? Was it 100% cotton?
Yeah.
You did check the tag. You didn't look at his back.
No, definitely not.
Tumble dry low.
The hell is this? So, I mean,
we're just going to talk about T-shirts.
Yeah, this is going to be scattershot at best.
Yeah.
We move on to the protagonists of the film, which are Jenny and Lindsay.
That's right.
Lindsay's kind of the lead. Jenny is kind of the the kind of her foil, I guess you'd call it. And they are very specifically like, and I saw some reviews like, oh my God, they're so annoying. But like, that's how they're written. They're like very
right.
quote unquote
They're
like vapid.
Yeah, they're not characters, kind of. You know, they're just like
one should be brainy. One should be want to get with guys. One could be like wanting to do X. One should do Y. Like,
this is the problem with this movie is there's nothing before the centipeding. Pretty much, it's like I need to know. I don't really know why these two girls from New York are in this weird fucking European farce.
Right, but all Tom Six wants you to know is that they're ugly Americans on tour in Germany or on vacation in Germany.
Ugly Americans
they're
is the
like,
right word.
They're like, we're doing it's a big Euro trip.
But then we're surrounded by ugly Germans until we eventually get to the detectives, because then
who are the two worst police officers in film history.
Big time. And then this creepy fat dude drives up in like a Mercedes and he's like, I roll down the window, I want to jerk off.
This guy, that's a whole hour. That's an hour of the podcast, whatever that guy's deal is. But yeah, like another friend didn't make it on the trip. Good for her, man. When she reads about that on the news, she's like, "Wow, I'm so glad." Another Gary Sinise, quite a few Gary Sinises.
So glad I finally got the chicken pox and couldn't go to Germany.
But yeah, it's like them. They're gonna go to Eric's point. Yeah, I agree with you. It's Germany.
Yeah.
They're like I think Jenny meets a guy in a club, and they're gonna go to a club later. They're driving through the woods. Like, where's the fucking
road? You have
road?
no idea of spatial relation in this film.
The name of the club is the Bunker.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's an actual bunker in the woods.
Probably.
Yeah, it's a sex club, I guess. Would be the move.
It has to be. Yeah, but she's doing a weird thing though, where it sounds to me like she's talking to the front desk of this hotel, and she's saying, and this is like 2009. This movie's made, and she's like, yes, I'm wondering if you could give us map directions to this club we'd like to go to. And I was like, what what year is this supposed to be?
Set it in the past if you want to go this way.
Not word directions, map directions. It's very different.
Also, call a cab. One of you is going to be, at least one of both of you are drinking, right? Like, why are you driving in Germany anyway?
This fucking like rented Golf that they have.
And you're not in Berlin. Like, where the fuck are you?
It's a flat tire. So just by a flat tire sets forth your life towards a human centipede end.
You are only one. Well, actually, no. In America, you're one flat tire away from a human centipede because there's no social net.
No, absolutely not.
No, but also, like, they're like, oh man, we're stuck in the middle. They do get a flat tire. They're complaining to each other.
Like, it's important to point out here, though, they are on a paved road.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind for a minute or two from now.
I would just fucking run that shit into the ground. It's a rental car. I paid the insurance.
Yeah, you can still drive on it. It's going to fuck it up, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. You'll get to where you need to go.
Just walk. Who cares if it's raining? I know she's got like heels on, and that was one of the complaints about the idea of walking. Take that shit off. Paved road. You can put your feet on that. Come on.
Exactly.
Stay on the road. It's the easiest thing in the world. Why are you going into the woods?
That's the point that I was going to bring up. They're on this paved road. Just walk back the fucking way you came on the road. They cut, and it's like they're in the middle of the woods and they're lost.
But we have to mention the pervert guy just show up.
Very
so we're going to get
guy.
to the pervert hour.
Oh, right. Oh, Lindsay, are those headlights? I don't know, Jenny. Are they? That's like the dialogue.
Yes.
And the two of them are back and forthing Lindsay and Jenny.
Yes.
It's fucking laughable.
And now this pervert guy comes up. He rolls down his window. They roll down their window because they're like, oh, maybe this guy can help change the tire or whatever.
Sure.
And he goes, I've got the horny video of you at home. Now, I was like, okay, this guy's probably just being rude.
Yeah, sure. He's a rude guy.
Or but horny video of these specific two girls.
Yeah.
What are the odds if he did have that?
That's like,
it's like meeting a celebrity.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh shit. I was just listening to your podcast earlier. I have a horny podcast of you.
Horny history.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If you run into Alec Baldwin and Tom Six having dinner because they're best friends.
Yeah, of course.
You'd be like, oh my God, I have a podcast of you guys on my phone. Thank you very much.
I have a horny podcast to you guys.
So the old guy, he says, I think I just saw you in pornography.
Yeah.
This is all in German, by the way, so they don't even understand what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some subtitling here. And then he's just doing like that. And fucking like licking his fingers.
Because at first they're like, what is this guy's deal? Is he being nice? Is he not being nice? We're in Germany. Again, why you don't drive in Germany on a fucking dirt road or wherever the fuck you are.
I'm just sad we didn't get subtitles for I want to know what he means by that.
Oh, Chris, actually, you lived a year in Germany. How many human centipedes did you encounter?
I'm going to be honest, only 4.
Only 4?
Okay, and I only saw the making of one.
Where were
you went on the human centipede tour?
But did you see them like in the market and stuff?
No, it was like those old
It's a living.
Those old operating theaters.
Old operating theaters.
Did you drop a Junior Mint in one?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Human Centipede Factory. My name is Steven. I'm going to take you on a walking tour. First, we're going to Dieter Laser's first experiments in human centipedery.
Hands inside the car while we're doing the tour.
Honey, while we're in Germany, maybe we should get these opera tickets and check. It was an operating theater instead. So
keep
now we're watching.
all your mouths and assholes in the car at all times. You don't want to be a centipede, do you?
Oh, and also put your headphones on if you want to hear tales of the first human centipede.
Back in the old days, there were the human centipedes back in the
the speaker's broken in and
shit, honey. I thought I got tickets to Pagliacci. Turns out I got tickets for us to see a human centipede be made.
Honest mistake, dude. Honest mistake. Could happen to anybody.
Should have double checked it. I know it's our anniversary.
And let me see. Oh, yep, no refunds. Looks like we're gonna have to bite the bullet and just go see this happen.
Well, aren't you a little curious anyway, right?
Sure.
I mean, we have the tickets.
Yeah, it's like not eating a deep dish pizza in Chicago. You know what I mean? Right. You go to Germany, you're gonna want to see.
I mean, I have to wear a tie to the restaurant. I don't know why I wouldn't wear the tie to watch the operation. It just makes sense.
Being overdressed for the creation of a human centipede, how embarrassing.
Some guy next to you in a t-shirt and jeans. Where are you going afterwards?
Looks like someone thought he bought opera tickets.
You'll get those people at the opera too in New York. You know, these tourists that show up.
That or the old people that are bringing their own food because it's such a long day. Like that is, you will see some egg salad sandwiches if you go to the Met, my friend.
You know what? You'll fucking smell them too, buddy. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, you won't even get eggs. You will get egg salad in like a Tupperware with a fork.
Egg salad, and they put fucking dill in it like savages.
They just open that container and everything is contaminated instantly. It's like
all the fucking Sopranos up on stage are vomiting.
So this guy like offends them, freaks them out. They roll up the window. He's nice enough to drive away, though.
Yeah, he's just a pervert having fun.
Well, where was he coming from and where is he going?
Great question. I guess he prowls at night, which is like, why didn't this guy come into play in the film later on if he's known to like go around these roads?
It should have been like the fucking gas station attendant in Texas Chainsaw Massacre turns out to be the fucking older brother in the cannibal family at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, this guy that we encountered at the beginning of the movie is also in on it.
Yeah, I thought he was a scout. That was like,
yes.
I was like, he's a scout. Like, he just goes in a circle around those blocks and jerks off to whoever happens to be there.
Sure. I mean, what you're describing are stories that have beginnings, middles, and ends.
I know.
And this is just a Human Centipede. That's it.
Tom, I'm going to ask you an important question here. What I was just describing was a story. You chose to bypass that and just have someone make a Human Centipede.
I made an event. It was a historical event, and the second one feeds on the first one, and the third one feeds on the second and the first, like a centipede.
I'm meta.
We were very well received at San Diego Pervert.
I mean, like, and that's the thing. So, like, they get out of the car and they come upon Dieter Laser's, I'm going to say it, really nice house.
Amazing house.
Really
I'm
nice.
really into
Incredible
it. Really
house.
into the house.
Top
Incredible
to bottom.
house.
I would love the pool. I would love even the ceiling is nice, and it would be nice to have an operating facility.
The soundproofing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
He got the best in Germany for this shit.
I will say I could do without all the conjoined twin art on the wall. Not a big fan.
Not a big fan. Painted by one Tom 6.
I'm also a controversial painter.
Yes, this is Splitsies by Tom 6. I have it hanging in my my boudoir.
And this is the poster to the Boss Baby next to Splitsies.
My gallery here is mostly just anti-art. It's a new thing going on.
Untitled Dead Baby 6 was a real turning point for you, Tom.
But the house is really nice.
It's a
really
great fucking
gorgeous
house.
An indoor pool, you'd very rarely see that.
But you really can't do laps in it. It's got a weird shape to it. You can't really do laps in it.
Dude, what are you complaining for?
You can just hang out. I don't know if
I
you
will
want
hang
a pool.
out in that pool.
I will hang out. I will drink in that pool.
Yes.
I would want a hot tub at that point. If
Get
it's
it like
that
a little
small.
floaty. I will take a nap in that pool if that's the case.
Okay.
I don't need to be swimming laps.
I want a little room.
I just love the notion that if you came across a house and you could live in it and you're like, well, I can't do laps in the pool.
Nope.
No sale.
Get me out of here.
So Dieter Laser answers the door. It's raining. It's cold. They've been complaining for a while because it's literally the 10 lines of dialogue each of these poor actresses have.
Yeah.
One of which, by the way.
Oh, wait. But how about all the...
Well,
That's a lot of lines.
That was all improv.
Oh, okay.
You know, I encourage improv on the set. If you want to move your left arm or your right arm or muffle a noise, go nuts. Whatever the mood strikes you.
I told that Japanese guy, just yell at me in your language and I'm going to translate it however I feel.
Side effects of Human Centipede include butt mouth.
Apparently a lot of, which actually is a credit against Tom 6. A lot of the Japanese guy's dialogue was improvised. He was like, just go nuts. So like,
was he?
So like he didn't even write. What did he write? Did he have a fucking cue card?
I think the script to this movie is that drawing.
Yes, I think so too.
It's the first movie to be fucking put into production based solely on the existence of a doodle.
The
doodle.
Here's my doodle.
Yeah, yes, when you're thinking about the horny movie, look at the picture. Make sure you're thinking about the picture.
The shit is going in your mouth, out your bottom. I will say, so we watch not only do we watch Human Centipede movies all the time, my wife and I watch a lot of Lifetime movies.
They're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Did Lifetime do a remake of this?
No, but Ashlynn, what's her name? Ashlynn, coming up.
Yennie, I
Ashlynn
believe.
Yennie was in the Lifetime movie The Wrong Neighbor. I'm going to show you the picture of this.
Dude, if it is her fucking mouth sewn to some dude's asshole, I'm going to be very upset.
And I'm going to try, just you tell me what this movie's about. And also, at home, look up The Wrong Neighbor Lifetime.
The Wrong Neighbor is the name of it?
The Wrong Neighbor.
Okay, that's a picture of an older man.
It's Michael Madsen, by
That's
the way.
Michael Madsen?
That's Michael Madsen.
Yeah, he's looking not good. And there's like a kind of frayed picture, half torn.
Yeah.
And underwater. I'm going to say he drowns a family.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks, there's like water here.
Yeah.
Are you going to bark all day, Human Centipede? Or are you going to bite?
So, yeah.
So the wrong, it does look like he's involved in aquatic crime.
Oh, I just noticed someone is swimming in the reflection of his
You know what?
sunglasses.
He could be like,
is he a swim coach?
Sequel of Aquaman, where Michael Madsen's an evil swim coach.
Ooh, I like it.
A camp counselor?
But he is a swim coach.
Okay.
But he's just a swim coach. He's not the antagonist nor the protagonist. The girl, it's about Ashlynn Yennie of this movie is like a crazy psychotic lady that's trying to break up this family.
So he's got nothing to do with the movie, basically.
No, he is just basically the younger girl swim coach. He's like, yeah, she's doing okay. She's got to do more swimming. And like, he has like two scenes. It's amazing.
It's great, actually, because he really distilled like to the essence what it's like to coach swimming.
Yes.
You want to get better at swimming? You got to do some more swimming.
Well,
this poster, it is amazing because
Yes.
he's the sunglasses, the hat.
Yeah.
It looks like his collar's kind of up a little bit. It looks very mysterious.
You would think he is the wrong neighbor.
Yeah.
Right?
His name is credited as Coach Jaws Jaworski.
He looks like the Unabomber in this.
He does. He's learning a lot from
Unconfirmed.
Seagal here, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Because Seagal will do these movies where he is the entire cover of the thing.
Well,
and
you
then
can
he's
only
in-
de-size so much shit on Photoshop.
Well, yes. He's a wraparound on the VHS. And like, but like he's in it for 4 scenes, like 2 at the beginning, 2 at the end.
What movie are you talking about?
There's a couple of those. Like
all those movies he's filming in Russia. Actually, just a new Human Centipede. You know, I'm not a big Human Centipede guy, but Human Centipede. Michael Madsen is the front, Seagal is the middle, Tom Sizemore is the end, and it's called Big Fat Human Centipede.
It's a lot of very loud mumbling.
It would actually
They all
be great
do karate
though.
together.
They're all motorboating each other's asses.
Because the 2 most annoying talkers would be the ones that had to button up for the movie.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I could see that. And then I just listened to Michael Madsen's fucking
Garbly
smoke voice.
Get Gerard Depardieu for the Dieter Lauser part.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be in a new film. It is Human Centipede, but it's a big fat Human Centipede puffle.
They keep begging in Morse code to Michael Madsen not to get Burger King. Like,
What's that? Another Impossible Whopper?
it looks like I'm gonna get the whiskey shits. So they go. They're in his house.
I hate this.
Eric might resign.
Yeah.
They go to his house and he's being creepy right off the bat. And again, I do think like it's without him, there is no movie here. But without actual Dieter Laser having a presence even at all,
Right.
he is the House of Cards.
Right.
This thing
And if you haven't seen this film, which is good for you, thank God.
no
don't
recommend
do it.
for me.
Yeah, avoid it.
Yeah, we're not even going to bother at the end of the episode.
No. Just don't watch it.
This Dieter Laser fella is like if Udo Kier was like a Stretch Armstrong and you stretched him out a little bit, make him longer.
I had Udo Kier made dated with Lance Henriksen.
Ooh, I like
and
that.
then one of them birthed this thing.
Because Dieter Laser does have like Lance Henriksen's like facial makeup,
Angry
like the
face.
cheekbones and the chin and whatnot.
A skull head.
Yeah.
We call it a skull head.
Right. He'd be, you could put him in an Aliens film and you'd be like, all right.
Yeah. It's like right before Red Skull has the accident.
He could like fight a pumpkin head.
Like it would be like Hugo Weaving, but then Red Skull, and then in the middle of the graphic effects, they just put in a picture of Dieter Laser. And that's,
Wouldn't it be something if like Red Skull was doing this? Like it would be something. Like
well, that's at
this
least
guy.
this is clearly Nazi science.
Yeah, I mean, give him a philosophy.
Yes.
Lean into Nazism if you have to.
I mean, they say. I mean, like you'll read literature today. I'm reading.
Did
on
you say
Wikipedia.
Human
literature?
Centipede literature.
I mean,
Wait,
by
how
that, I
many,
mean the
how
Wiki-
many young adult novels have they writing on this?
No, I meant the Wikipedia article. I was like, oh, it's heavily.
I thought you meant medical journals.
It's heavily about the Holocaust. This, that, and the other thing. I was like, yeah, but
Is
it's not
it?
in the movie. Like, if it is,
What do you mean it's about the Holocaust?
his name is apparently Dr. Joseph Haider is a mix-up of three different, including Mengele, of Nazi scientists. The fact that he takes a Japanese person and to
Well, shouldn't he be working with him then?
yeah, that's a
I
really
guess,
good point.
I guess he did make him the head.
Yeah, that's true. He gets preferential treatment. It's just, but like, it's not in the movie. To Eric's point, like,
Yeah.
he doesn't have a philosophy. He doesn't have.
You might as well just say fucking Spaceballs is about the Holocaust. What are you even talking about?
Well,
fucking Wikipedia,
I would
man.
argue Spaceballs is more about the Holocaust than this movie. Absolutely.
Pizza Hut's first name was Goebbels.
Oh, I see.
Pizza the Goebbels.
Goebbels the Hut, dude? Because Goebbels, funny enough, also ate himself to death.
Yes,
That's true.
And he was delicious.
Apparently, he was made out of cyanide pills.
You know what? We're gonna take a real hard look at this. This might be behind 3 paywalls. I don't know. I don't know where we're.
I don't think this episode is coming out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is this
Okay,
the lost episode?
Yeah, that's
oh,
sad.
that's something.
So if you're listening to this, you're not supposed to be.
But like, so he brings him and he's being creepy immediately. He's like, "Are you alone?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, we're on the." He's like, "Come on in," and like they get in.
Oh, by the way, I hate human beings.
Oh, that's right.
Here's some water.
Yeah, that's a great line. I hate human beings.
Because she's like, "Oh, you have a beautiful house. Do you live here with your wife?" I was like, "No, I hate human beings."
I love Rottweilers
Oh.
and centipedes.
Can I be the one to make the phone call then?
Yeah.
Could you not do it and I do it? I mean, I know phones are complicated.
Yeah, I hate human beings, but I'm pretty good on customer service phone calls.
You would have to be. That's because he goes, he's like, I'll call the motor service, whatever, you guys hang out in here. And he's not even the kind of good thing here is he's not even like, he's so beyond, he's not even trying to be reassuring. It's
No.
almost campy, but it's not. It's just,
But
it's
his performance on the telephone
yes.
does seem trying to be reassuring because
Yeah.
it's not real, right?
No, yeah, he's
but
just
but
not
he's
even-
actually seeming friendly with whatever quote unquote phone operator he's talking
He's
to.
just that's what's kind of,
Yeah.
it's an interesting move. He's in the other room, like getting the water that he's also like putting Rohypnol in, by the way.
Which he just has in his kitchen.
Yeah.
Sure.
You ever have it with toast? It's fucking great.
You got to put it somewhere.
Salt, pepper, Rohypnol. Like I guess he's
He has
just
it in a shaker.
when you decide to make the human centipede, you're just putting Rohypnol all over your house just in case.
You never know when you're going to need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not even like, he didn't pick up a telephone. He's just like talking in the
Yes.
kitchen. It's kind of an interesting little detail.
It's like a cutaway to like the Frasier kitchen. Like all of a sudden, like, and they did that. It's like a couple of fake phone calls did happen in Frasier. I remember because like we're in this like living room for a long part of it. And then he's just in there like, yes, Bed Bath and Beyond, this toilet paper holder is insufficient to my needs.
Niles, what are you doing in here? You're making Maris into a what?
Niles, tell me if the sherry's as good as it is coming in me as it is coming out.
Old dad is looking at a picture of 3 fucking Jack Russell Terriers sewn together, and he's crying.
Eddie, and Eddie.
Ed, and Eddie, actually, the Cartoon Network
But
television.
he's seriously string together all the Crane boys, you know?
Yeah, oh, totally.
The dad in the back, I think.
Yeah,
I think Niles is the middle.
I think he's too old. I don't know if you want
too old.
Too old to begin.
You think
the
his
training.
ass ain't like pumping out fast enough?
I would put him in the front just to give him the least amount of work to do.
That's true.
And John Mahoney has the best voice.
Put Kelsey Grammer in the rear because that tush can definitely work overtime. He's a big guy in a good, not like in a obese way, but like he's like a
strong, solid guy.
He's a formidable bottom.
He's a boss, as the TV show would let you know.
Oh, that's right.
The boss.
The boss. So he's. I mean, and again, this is like there's tension in this scene. There's a scene here. They're sitting there like looking.
This is
around.
the best scene of the movie.
Yes.
This is like the only kind of interesting part of the movie was the phone call. I think.
Yes, and he's just like doing this thing. You're like, oh man, this guy's up to no good. You do have that moment of like, oh, you're kind of like. You don't know where it's going. Like your stomach's dropping a little bit. There's a bit of dread here, like kind of, sort of.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
And, the girls are like, we should leave. Or Lindsay wants to leave. Jenny doesn't because Lindsay is the smart one. Jenny's the not so smart one, I guess.
After the Grey Poupon incident with the pervert, I'm really not leaving the car until daylight. Like I will deal with what I have to deal with. Mm-hmm. But when daylight comes, when everybody can see everything, then maybe I'm going outside.
So Jenny passes out because she drank all the water.
Yes.
Lindsay spills hers. He fucking freaks out about the spill, which is funny. And then he just like goes in the other room and gets something and fucking injects her with it.
Apparently in this sequence, Dieter Laser, who
is the first sequence?
Yeah. Was in character, in quotation marks, the whole time, accidentally struck the actress here, the other actress, not Ashley.
Jesus.
And like it
struck
stopped
her.
like in the commotion, like was so in character, and like everyone got freaked out and they stopped filming for a little while.
Because he was so in character.
For the human fucking centipede, dude, this is not There Will Be Fucking Blood,
exactly.
my friend.
This is not Daniel Day-Lewis either.
Yes, I took notes from John Cassavetes and his crew, who were always very dedicated to being a character.
Oh, here's your post. Here's your fucking inspiration. It's a picture of Victor Frankenstein. Eat my ass. Don't be in character.
Yeah.
Like, come hang out with everybody else. This is just a $9,000 movie.
I feel like this dude, though, and I don't know him personally.
Sure.
He's probably weird, though.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He got weird.
He's probably a fucking weirdo.
Yes.
Probably.
So he could be doing a fucking credit card commercial. He's in it.
In character like that, like it must have been great to be his family, huh?
Oh, yeah. Family.
Coming home from that.
So he knocks them both out.
Yes.
Next morning, do you catch this little bit of kawinky dink here?
No.
Dieter Laser is seen sitting at a kitchen table. He's opened a huge can of fruit cocktail that he's eating, just like we were talking about in the Shining episode.
Yes, that's right. Yes, yeah.
We were talking about who could eat a huge thing of fruit cocktail as an adult. Turns out it's weirdos who make human centipedes.
Grosser than anything that's going to happen after this, in my view.
I mean, there's just so much fucking corn syrup.
Huge spoon just slurping it.
And he's like burning their identification. Like that's kind of what he's doing.
All that stuff, yeah.
And he comes back downstairs, and there's the three of them. It's the two, Ashlynn, Lindsay, and Jenny, and this third truck driver guy, who for some reason he's the only guy that gets a gag in his mouth.
Well, because I think he'd probably already been up once before and was hooting and hollering.
He was saying stuff that was he was running his mouth earlier.
Yeah, this is very offensive what you're saying to me. I'm going to gag you now.
He kept on giving me spoilers for Lost.
I'm not hearing the smoke monster. La 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 la.
I fucking told you once already, stupid truck driver. I'm only in season 2.
We've only gone up that far. They won't release the DVDs here.
No, I did not know Mr. Echo was killed by the smoke monster. Thanks for nothing.
It's all a dream? A death dream.
You're fucking lying to me.
You know what? You're making me so mad. I will not make you part of the Human Centipede.
You're disqualified from Human Centipede for spoiling Lost.
But he is disqualified because
Super is
a tissue, whatever, no match. The girls are screaming, and he. I mean, like this guy. I would if I'm in a Human Centipede situation. This is the guy I want to be.
Of course,
he gets put down like a dog. It's fine.
Blissful death, dude. Absolutely.
Hold on a second. You wouldn't want to be the doctor?
Yeah.
You're always arranging Human Centipedes screenings. It's one more step.
No, wrong, Eric. Wrong. That's wrong. The one thing Alec Baldwin and I can agree on is that the Human Centipede is a terrific film.
I told Eric not to fast forward this one. I told him to go slower. Make it slower.
Rewind it. Rewind it. Rewind it.
I need to see what the Trump White House is screening. Because all those presidents have a screening room and they actually watch movies. Yeah. What is Trump watching?
It's the later seasons of Married with Children.
I'm watching Married with Children DVDs in my No Ma'am t-shirt.
Well, a lot of folks are talking about this Human Centipede that's out during my administration. Figure I get to the bottom. Oh, turn it off. Turn it off.
Wait. Nope, turn it off.
Thought the kitchen scene was pretty neat. Like that one.
Pretty nice looking house. Doesn't look like I could swim laps in the pool, though.
I wouldn't leave that car.
Because Lion Hussein Obama hated the Human Centipede, I hereby name it Movie of America. Movie laureate Tom Six.
So he puts this guy down and he's screaming through the gag.
It's kind of it is sort of a horrible way to go though, because he gets a bunch of air.
Oh, is that what he's doing? I thought it was like some sort of death injection situation.
It kind of is. He puts air into the IV.
Yeah, terrible way to go, but much better than becoming part of a human centipede.
Still preferable to be being part of a human centipede.
And this is a Tom Six. I think it's probably a budgetary thing or just a lack of foresight.
It's a budgetary thing.
You need to show how we get the other guy. That's a sequence.
He just shows up.
Yeah.
You need that sequence.
This movie, it's a blissful 91 minutes.
God bless.
Thankfully. But seriously, it's just, you could just have a similar scene to how he gets the truck driver at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Instead, we just cut and he's dragging this Japanese guy out of the back of his car.
Katsuro is his character's name.
This dude's been in a bunch of Sion Sono movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or at least a couple, I think.
And he was on Heroes for a bit or something, or an episode of Heroes. And this guy's pretty good, but the problem is it just, the language barrier actually makes the movie kind of irrelevant because neither of them can understand each other. It doesn't make any sense what he's saying.
It's just, now we got Japanese dialogue for the Japanese audience.
Yes.
Now we got German dialogue for the German audience. Now we got American dialogue for the English speaking.
You keep that up, you might get up to 300 people that enjoy this movie.
Yeah,
you really might get it.
That's the idea, I think, is he's trying to play to all those markets.
Wait a minute. I was not told that the Human Centipede would have subtitles. Someone get me someone to dub this movie.
Turn them off. Turn them all off.
This movie is globalist. I made a huge mistake.
But maybe he goes to a club and catches this guy or something.
Another location I would kill for.
Yeah, please.
It's only this guy's house.
It is.
Maybe he goes back to that hotel or something. Gets the night clerk.
It just you know what I mean? I just need a thing because any tension would be good because that's what a horror movie is about.
The one thing, the finger thing means the money.
Chris is doing the finger thing, to be clear.
I will say there is a
thank you.
There's a hilarious 2-second bit before he gets this dude where he's burying the trucker in his backyard.
like a dog.
He's dressed like Jerry Seinfeld. Did you get a look at this? It's like a fucking white t-shirt tucked into a pair of dungarees, and he's just wearing these sneakers out of nowhere. This dude doesn't dress like this for the rest of this movie, but it's just his fucking body burying outfit.
What is the deal with centipedes? They're not human.
But they should be.
What if a human becomes centipede?
Have you ever noticed that the middle part of the Human Centipede is always the most complainy? Even though it can't speak? Come on, guys. He buries this dude in the backyard. I think next to the dog, the Rottweiler. Again, show me the Rottweiler. Let's see what that looks like.
That's a problem because it's either CGI, which you don't have, and you probably don't even have money for a bad puppet.
Yeah.
puppets would be great in this.
Not even that. I just want to see him working up a sweat trying to get this big guy in the grave.
It is way too easy,
All
isn't it?
Yeah, like you would hoist him up. You'd have to get like a pulley system.
Also, because this operating lab we're shown is in the basement of this house, and there's like a spiral staircase that you have to go up. Come on.
Why is he even burying anything? Shouldn't he be like dissolving bodies or something?
Ooh, that's a good call.
Yeah, or like an incinerator. We do see that he's like got a fire going.
He should feed the fat guy to the human centipede.
Oh.
A cannibalistic human centipede.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why
That's
not?
like almost chud.
That's like
You got the C and the H.
Cha-cha. Not chud. Cha-cha.
So he explains to them now that he's got his team together. He's brought the Avengers together.
You are the best of what you do, and now you are together for my team.
And, this is when he explains that he was the foremost scientist in removing Siamese twins, but he had this idea to make a triple Siamese twin, which is actually a human centipede.
Which is actually medically a human centipede.
You have to call it a human centipede.
In an ocean of terrible dialogue, you have him say, Siamese triplet, also known as the human centipede. First sequence. He says the whole title of the movie.
It's like saying, "Oh yes, this is I don't know, Luke. It's like it's episode 6, Return of the Jedi."
I couldn't believe, like, of course he's going to say human
parenthetical in there.
Yeah, like, of course he's going to say human centipede. You are not getting out of the film Human Centipede without someone saying human centipede. The fact that this dude immediately follows it up with first sequence is fucking great.
Dad, I'm Indiana Jones, and this is the Last Crusade.
Now, this is when he says it, it's part of his PowerPoint display.
Yes.
Dude, when he is using an overhead projector like you are a math teacher in 1998. What are we doing with this thing?
This is quite a Mission Impossible Fallout. Fallout.
Oh man, that movie could have used a human centipede.
Oh, definitely.
Now that I know that Alec Baldwin's a big human centipede head.
You imagine he's like talking to like Simon Pegg. Have you seen this movie, Simon? You, as a horror guy, you would love it.
You could do like Shaun of the Dead 2, Human Centipede. How about that?
Christopher McQuarrie, I'm a little hazy on the plot deal. So John Lark is stealing this stuff to do what exactly? Have you thought of a human centipede?
No, I haven't, Alec.
You could tie Tom together. Let's see him get out of that one. People are buying tickets.
Under advisement, Alec.
Yeah, he wants to do all his own stunts. Let's see him do a human centipede. Train for 1.5 years to do that.
Well, you know what? Let me bring it to
Pucker
Tom.
up, big boy Scientologist.
Let me bring it to Tom. Let me bring it to Jeremy. Let me see.
I will. If it gets me more screen time, I will play the bottom. I'm game. I'm an ambitious actor.
I don't know how Simon is going to react to this.
All right, Edward, listen. Just listen for a second. I'm playing like a Boss Tweed Trump kind of guy, right? You're already butchering this book, but it's Motherless Brooklyn, but I'm making a human centipede.
Robert Caro's The Human Centipede.
Yes. What if Simon's at the top of the human centipede, but then he removes the mask and it's Alec Baldwin.
Oh, I love the idea of the mask coming into play.
Yeah, of course. It's Mission Impossible. You got to get the mask involved.
All right, Marty, I have one of the most famous lines in The Departed where I say, God, I love the Patriot Act. What if instead my character says, God, I love a human centipede?
Now I know, Marty, I'm fighting Leo about Pan Am and the Aviator and all that. And instead of the way of the future, it's the way of the centipede.
The way of the centipede. Now it's a samurai movie.
Marty, have you seen The Human Centipede? Marty, have you seen the movie? This is filmmaking, Marty.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I'm putting it in my Criterion label.
You see that centipede up there?
That centipede's with my wife.
I don't know if this is good for anyone.
This is awful.
It's not
This
good.
is not a released episode.
No,
if you
it's
were
not.
listening
Yeah,
to
it's-
it, this is part of a hack.
So he gives this presentation on an
Yes.
overhead projector. It's basically
It doesn't go over terribly well. I mean, I think with a presentation like this, you want to give some snacks to the audience,
Yeah.
maybe.
Sure. Yeah, like a couple of bottles of water in there, some fruit, anything.
A folder that has some supplementary materials.
Also, it's hard to really hold an audience's attention when they're handcuffed to a medical bed.
Certainly.
Big
certainly,
problem.
Certainly.
Yeah, it's
Maybe-
all in the execution. He really just fucked it up.
You know, just a little pizzazz, some stickers, a banner, some glitter. Just throw it in the air.
The racing stripe on this human centipede looks pretty sharp.
Everyone look under your desk. You're all human centipedes.
You know, the racing stripe gives me an idea. Why didn't he? He should develop like clothing for it. Like, give me a jumpsuit, like a
Yes.
big jumpsuit.
I'm into a jumpsuit. Well, that
Right?
doesn't show the titties, which obviously Tom Six is way into.
yeah.
He teases those breasts, though, man. 'cause
Meaning what?
for a while, because for a while the movie is
Yeah.
pointlessly covering them up, and
Okay.
you're sitting there like,
Well, you know what's going
come
on.
on,
Yeah, we
you know this movie's
yeah.
going to have nudity for no reason.
That's-
Let's just get this over with.
That is what we call tension. It's very important to the picture.
Obviously, you'll never direct a human centipede film.
Oh, Mr. Fat Man on the internet thinks she's better than Tom Six.
Well, you never spoke to Alec Baldwin on a podcast.
Oh my God! Anyone is better than Tom.
So what happens here? She escapes somehow. I forget. Like he goes away to do something. He gives a presentation, like,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
it's coming up tomorrow. Human centipede.
She like
baby.
breaks out of this bed and she gets a gash on her arm.
Because she rips the IV right
Goof.
out.
And that's
Yeah.
like, it's a
Why
blood
not?
body horror.
And then we get this sequence of her. Sorry to say sequence. We get her running around this house.
The word sequence.
It's
is
just
rude.
I hate it now. It's over.
tough. It's a banned word.
It's terrible. And it's like, this is Suicide Town. If you
Yes!
cannot get out of
Yes.
here, this
Yep.
is Suicide Town. She goes back down, like they're running around the house,
Yes.
like Scooby-Doo, going to different doors, and the Dieter laser loses sight of her. She goes back down to the operating room to save her friend. Commendable. She's trying to drag this body. Dude, it's not working.
No.
Slit her throat, slit the dude's throat.
Yep.
Everyone's
Do me a
good.
huge favor.
Find the most where any electronic in the house and do a cannonball into the pool with it.
Yes.
That's what you want to do.
Cannonball.
Oh man, you're making me into a what? Okay.
But no, I agree with her because she goes in the pool. She does run around his house all over it.
Yeah.
She winds up in the pool room and she's like, wow, this is pretty nice. Like
You
she's
can't do
terrified.
laps in it, though.
Oh, wow, okay. Can I not do laps in here?
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna buy.
Wait, you don't have any floats? it's just this.
How am I supposed to nap in the pool if there's not floats?
Is there a sunroof where I can get some tanning? No? Okay. This
Also, the move, by the way, like, you know this dude, you already sat through the timeshare presentation, okay? You know that this guy's hell-bent on making a human centipede. If you get out, he's not just going to kill them. He already replaced the truck driver. He's
Yes.
going to try to replace you. Run into that fucking Bavarian forest and fucking find somebody.
Find the goddamn police.
I bet that pervert might help out
Yeah.
if he's not in on it with Dieter Laser.
Now, if we all invest in this human centipede, we can use it at different times of the year.
So, for example, you come, right? It's like October, okay? And then I come and use it in February, all right? And that's called a timeshare human centipede.
Now, Alicia, when is your anniversary? Perfect. That's enough time.
Centishare.
Look, I promise you, after you're a human centipede, you will get 2 tickets to Six Flags Great Adventure tomorrow. They're right here. You can see them, but you have to sit through the whole presentation.
A little closer to it, they say VIP.
But yeah, so she falls in this fucking pool.
She's in the pool.
This
He's
is an interesting moment.
He's
too.
got this trank gun back, and
Right.
basically he's making all sorts of promises to her. He's like, "Look, you know what? When I had my Rottweiler, I realized that the middle position is the worst, which it is because you're literally getting it from both ends.
Yeah.
You're getting 2 surgeries, not just the one, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's the surgeries that.
Well,
you're
yeah,
bumming
but it's
about.
also the thing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
But also, it's a little bit of an honor. It's clearly the most important part.
It's the part that makes the whole thing work, man.
So that middle section of the human centipede really tied the room together.
And he's like, And because of all this, I'm going to make you the middle. This is your mistake, lady. And he's got this trank gun. He's trying to get her. He kind of gives her some room because he knows that she's got nowhere to go.
Well, that's what I was saying was the interesting part of this scene is like if someone's stuck in a pool and this person like has a gun on you, you know, it's a nice bit of. I mean,
you know what?
You know that she's going to be made into a human centipede, so it doesn't matter.
Start drinking that pool water.
Yes.
Yep.
Just
absolutely.
drown yourself as fast as possible.
Gulp up that chlorine.
Exactly.
If
Fix
I know
this asshole.
If I know I have no way to kill this guy and or do anything else, I'm just like I'm hugging the bottom of the pool. I'm grabbing something as hard as I can.
Get your hand like stuck in the filter that's on the bottom and just do it.
He even does this thing. It's got this really cool pool cover, which I really like. Again, this thing it's a nice
beautiful
house.
Motorized pool cover, not too shabby.
And like she goes under it, and I'm like, this is making it easy for you, Lindsay. Just now that's it.
Well, perfect. You got your friend out of there. You dragged her out. Bring her into the fucking pool with you. Fuck up his whole plan. Because if you've got 2 left, you can still make a human mule.
Yes, and you're helping the Japanese
mule.
I am making a.
Wait a minute. This movie I'm directing's about what? I'm having a 3-way with what? Listen, I've been listening to Alec Baldwin's podcast, and I don't agree with the politics, but I do agree with the human centipede love.
If there's a new listener, this is now a Clint Eastwood impression. Just so you know, it's not Alec Baldwin.
They're clearly different.
I understand.
Clearly? Question mark.
Yes, I wrote an original song for the human mule. It's called Ass to Mouth. It's on the piano
It's
here.
just jazz piano.
Actually, that would be great if it was Human Centipede scored by Clint Eastwood and it's just a little noodling on the old ivories. Class it up a little bit.
Ass to mouth. We were left ass to mouth.
And actually, it's followed by it's a follow up to his earlier 70s movie, Any Which Way But Human Centipede.
Oh, right. Yeah. They were experimenting on monkeys in that one.
Right. So it's Clint Eastwood and then 3 monkeys tied together, and they're going on adventures, beating up biker gangs.
Come on, Clyde, and Clyde.
That's Clyde shitting into all other Clydes.
No, sometimes those monkeys just make like fart noises with them.
Yeah, that was what I was kind of. That was his
well,
like famous.
I got what Steve was trying to communicate.
But
also farting.
Yeah, also they would do that too.
So what the fuck happens here? The power goes out in his house?
The power goes out and he starts yelling Scheiße, which means shit in German.
Nice catch, dude.
No problem.
Nothing but insight.
Glad you were here.
She tries to get out through like his bedroom, which has got a big bay window situation, and she's like knocking through this glass, and oops, there he is. He looks like what's his face from Animal House at this point? The guy who is in
D-Day?
No, not D-Day. The guy that
Niedermeyer?
The one that wears the long coat and like is
Stork?
Oh, what? He just died kind of recently.
Yeah, he's the Will Forte movie is based on him, right?
Yes, he was the dude from.
He plays Stork, doesn't he?
He's a Stork.
I'm
Yes,
pretty
he
sure
looks exactly like Stork from Animal House. He's got these big sunglasses. He shoots her with a trank gun, and now she's out. And this is when we see sort of, and I mean, like, that's the weird part of this movie is this is where it's torture porn to its
Doug Kenny.
To its utmost, because it's not even so much gore. Like, you don't see the gory parts of the surgery. Thankfully, I mean, you see some. It's not pleasant, but so much of it is about, and all of these movies in this time period, which I think now we're in this sort of prestige horror kind of world where you got your Hereditaries, your Us's, your Get Outs.
People who aren't me call those movies heightened
horror
or elevated.
Elevated, excuse me. Yeah, elevated.
But in the
come on,
it's stupid.
It is stupid, but at least there's like an element of like thinking to them. Whereas these movies, your Saws, your Hostels, your this, it's just about people sobbing for help while they're in pain and they don't get any help. And that goes on for 9 minutes.
And this is like people used to criticize like slashers for this kind of treatment, like Friday the 13th and whatnot. It's all just human. But man,
We
didn't know where we were headed.
This
is just so much worse than anything.
And it was quick. Like they cut away. Like you would get a big scream and then they would run away. This time it's just screaming for a whole minute.
You got a close up on a woman's eye and there's tears in it because she is in so much pain.
There's so much like runny makeup crying in these kind of movies.
Yes. And the girls have to cry out for daddy.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Or mommy. No, I want my mom.
Oh, she does.
She's crying for mommy in this. Yeah.
And I mean, like, that's what this is. It's just to give weird people hard-ons.
This movie's genius. I'm Alec Baldwin here at WNYC.
Here's the thing. My 16-year-old wife had to go to bed for this. I had to put her right to bed.
I might wake her up and make her cry.
What is with, because he kind of has like a hunting uniform.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing the Orson Krennic jacket again right here. But he also, like,
we stand here in my achievement.
It's raining outside when he shoots it with the dart gun.
Tarkin's trying to take away his centipede.
Oh, the Lord Palpatine will be very happy with my human centipede.
But he's wearing riding boots, I think is what you're getting at.
Well, that's
he's
later.
wearing sunglasses.
Oh, yeah, the mirrored the riding boots happen after he gets bit, which is sort of something. I mean, again,
you're not going to be able to bite me now.
But that's the thing. I mean, like, it's kind of, this movie reminds me of, remember in the Itchy and Scratchy the movie episode where Bart can't see the movie, he's very upset, and he's like, well, nothing can dwarf the imagination of a young boy.
Yeah.
And it's Itchy and Scratchy and they just shrug their shoulders. Because it's like Human Centipede. That's what the movie is.
Yeah.
And then nothing else happens. Like there's literally like Tom Six does not know what to do with this Human Centipede.
Right.
It's it.
Well, the thing is, there should be some type of end game. I guess this scientist just wants to see if it works, and that's not that interesting.
No, it's not.
Like, put that in an anthology movie or
yes.
something.
Like, if this movie was 9 minutes long, it might be creepy.
Right, or like 20 tops.
Yeah, you could put this as like a creep show segment.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like he's clearly trying to treat the centipede like a dog.
Yes.
Like he's like, I wanted to fetch my thing. Like he's trying to replace
the newspaper.
The dog centipede. He's trying to replace it, is what I got from it.
Why not get 3 more dogs and do it again?
Yeah. Like, you
challenge.
Rottweilers, you haven't tried. Like corgis.
Right. I mean,
huskies.
Dogs, you got to like fill out paperwork or you buy them. It's expensive. They're harder to catch. Humans are easier to catch.
That's true.
That's true.
The dogs do not get flat tires quite often.
Dogs aren't offended by perverts really usually either.
It is around here, like, so he does the surgery, or he's about to prep for it, and this is where he goes outside. He sits next to the grave.
Oh yeah,
of the dog,
yeah.
And there's this little monument there, and it just says, "My sweet 3 dog."
Yeah, and he does the surgery. My favorite part of this movie is when he has like post-human centipede depression, because like. It's they're resting because they need some time to heal, which should be a lot more time to heal, or just they would die on the whatever, you know.
For I wept because there were no more human centipedes to make.
He's just like kind of puttering around his house. He's got like big glasses of whiskey.
He's wearing killer like white Crocs in the operating room too.
My favorite part is when he dresses up in a suit to get the construction guys over to replace the window.
Oh, right.
And he's just like drinking. He's just standing there. And that's a scene in the movie.
Yeah, a scene in this movie is this dude just getting a window fixed.
And yeah, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, I'm wondering if he has a drinking problem and if this is just a bar bet gone wrong.
You know, he had to do
you can't do it. You can't make a human centipede. Get out of here, Dieter.
Here comes Dieter talking about this human centipede.
This is somewhere around here. So they're like, it's like recovery time. And this is where he's like laying on the floor next to them. And he goes, "Oh, my sweet centipede."
I did laugh out loud at that.
Oh,
it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
He follows it right up immediately with, "I did it."
Yes. And this is when he shows them. He's got this big mirror. He shows them. And he's looking at it himself.
After he admires himself in the mirror and starts making out with the mirror.
Yeah, he's kissing.
Nice touch. That's a nice touch.
Himself.
You know, my neighbors just got this humongous mirror delivered the other day. And I was like, what the fuck? Are they fucking showing centipedes themselves? Like,
Yeah, they're
what the fuck
making
is this?
centipedes.
Couldn't believe it, dude.
It's, you know what?
What
Big mirrors, that's a suspicious thing.
Question, is it like a long mirror, or is it, you think there's going to be a ceiling situation?
It was like 3 long panels.
Yeah, dude, they're watching each other.
They're putting them together. That's how you make a mirror centipede.
Yeah, are the mirrors attached ass to mouth too?
Yeah. Edges of mirrors can double as asses or mouths.
What
It's a wild card.
It's the Property Brothers, and they make housing centipedes. They're not part of a centipede.
Hold on a second. The Property Brothers, you think there's 2 of them, but there's a third, which would be a perfect middle.
Oh, right.
Property-pede.
Welcome back to Property-pede.
Those guys are annoying.
I do the demolition.
Let's get started.
So we put a bid in for the house with the operating theater in it. They came in a little under, though.
Yeah, well, there was structural damage, specifically to the foundation of the house. And yeah, it's about hold on.
God damn it, I hate this. I really never want to hear the word centipede ever again in my goddamn life.
And it's just a montage of the Property-pede fucking doing demolition.
And hey, now the house looks worse.
Welcome to your new house.
Yes, the doors would look better if we had the use of our knees, but yet again, I have to remind you.
What with us being a human centipede, it's kind of tough to get in and out.
And since we couldn't stand up, you have the same light fixtures as the previous owner.
But the bottom 2 feet look amazing.
It's going to cost another $10,000 to make this house human centipede accessible.
It's just driven baseboard, dude. That's all they got to.
But yeah, so I mean, like, again, this movie totally stalls out. It's him. He's in the yard now, and this is where he's like trying to make the Japanese guy fetch, which again is really uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Like,
very weird.
It's just a weird move.
It's
here.
a whole it's a montage of training.
Yes.
What are you saying?
No, but racially it's odd.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's a white guy,
making any human grab your newspaper with their mouth.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Especially one with 2 humans attached to the ass.
Yeah, Steve, I don't think Dieter Laser sees race, man.
He just sees pede.
I just look at you and I determine whether or not you can be a centipede.
How dare you make this about race? It's a human centipede.
That's true.
Yes, true.
We are all a human centipede.
Yes, all human centipede lives matter.
You know, Tom, watching your film, The Human Centipede, I was struck with the title and how we could all come together as a human species. And that's what I believe you're getting at with if only mankind could be sewn together.
That's a reading, yes.
I definitely read this as a commendation on the Hands Across America movement in the 80s.
Sure, that too.
You think Dieter Laser watched us? He's like, he's stealing my idea. Oh, great. Thanks a lot, Jordan Peele. I guess the check's in the mail.
Before us, there was a movie called The Human Centipede where people were tethered ass to mouth.
But to your point, Eric, I think a jumpsuit would be really sharp.
It would be nice. And then I wouldn't have to see like the weird phony mouth scarring.
Yeah.
That weird like staple gun
thing.
Look.
I don't know. It's like a twisted fun house, like bad, like horror.
But I will admit I want to puke my guts out when it gets infected and he's squeezing pus out of it. It's like, okay, I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, that's all really bad. I'm looking at these scars. They look like a fucking bad Joker Halloween costume or something. Or something you'd find in a Rob Zombie movie.
But it's weird.
Green pus, man. I don't like it.
Each centipede piece has like a bandage kind of underwear situation.
That's the thing is you have to watch these fucking dudes and ladies in like diapers.
And like even the back piece, which wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Either they're all wearing clothes and you know what I mean? It would make
That's the thing. The back piece, she just should have had a pair of jeans on. Or like some fucking cargo shorts.
A culotta skirt would be nice.
A snuggie.
A snuggie would be good. And also, yeah, what's a temperature like, guys?
I mean, it's kind of chilly. It looks like
a
cape, maybe a cape.
Well, see, that's what you do. Dude at the top, he's just got a t-shirt on, right?
Okay.
And then lady in the middle, cape, or how about a beach towel?
Yeah,
right.
Just something to drape.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
a little something.
They could have very least like Donald Duck everyone, right?
Yes.
Shirt, no pants.
Exactly.
That's a good point. Like, even pre-surgery, just leave some t-shirts on.
Or
I mean, you could get a
some of those-
blazer on one of these peas.
Exactly. I agree with you. I was gonna say a shirt might be difficult to take on and off.
Right.
But yeah, like maybe a performance vest would be nice.
Right, yeah, a vest or a cardigan.
What am I made of money?
Yes, apparently. You don't do anything. You just hang around the house making beads, dude.
I'm shaving up for the peed. That's why I eat canned fruit every morning.
That's true. He is on a budget. He's got a fucking killer house, and he's making all these peds, man. He doesn't have time for any other extravagancies.
Oh, do you think he's still got a mortgage on this house?
Absolutely. He's
Making
still paying
payments.
this thing
Oh,
off,
wow.
man. The property brothers screwed him on the deal.
For breakfast, canned fruit. For lunch and dinner, top ramen.
Wow, he's me in college.
Right up to making the peds, too, dude.
Yep. Big peed head back in college.
And he does not know what to do with this thing, right? It's the newspaper scene happens. Then later he feeds it dog food, right?
Well, so this is the Japanese dude bites him in the newspaper thing, and this is I gotta laugh here because this is where he comes back with the boots,
right?
And he starts going, "Bite my boots,
Yeah.
bite my boots," and I was going, "Buy my book."
But this is when the big question mark over this whole movie is like, is this dude aroused by this concept or what?
This guy's got to be jerking off constantly.
He has to. You either make the movie right or you don't make it. This guy is definitely getting sexually fulfilled from this thing. He should be fucking it too.
Yeah, or something, right? Or masturbating or fucking, or like it would be.
That doesn't come up to the second one, Eric.
And actually, to Eric Chris's point, the second movie is much more disgusting and
Really?
much more unwatchable
Oh, God.
because of the sexual element.
Yeah.
But at least it sort of makes sense.
Could
Like,
you?
it's-
Okay, expand on that.
no, in terms of like the motivation.
If you don't
is
want to hear
clearly-
this, fast forward 30 seconds.
Okay, so why is there a sexual element in the second movie? I don't know.
Because he fucks the centipede.
he fucks
Who?
the guy.
The guy.
The second movie is basically
Thanks,
about.
Chris.
The guy, you know,
Clean that.
The second movie is about a guy who works in a car park. Who is
car park. Look at you.
I don't know. He's obsessed with the movie The Human Centipede. Like,
Right.
It's a meta commentary,
getting self-reflexive.
and he's like, and it's also kind of like, it's kind of like that poor dude that I met that had the T-shirt. It's kind of a movie about him a little bit.
It is.
Yeah, it's just, but it's about.
He's coming out of an improv class.
and then he's making a centipede now. The dude you met at the theater.
Oh, yeah. The guy in the movie is making a 12-person centipede. He's probably
12?
Yes.
Yeah, you got to go big or go home. Eric,
but I
at that
mean, how about 5?
point. 5.
12 people.
Yeah.
The guy.
What
You're
kind
making
of
it
people?
4 times the size of the original.
Okay, so and then is he fucking just the last one?
It splits in half and then he fucks one of the sides.
Yeah, it's like, and I
It
mean, like,
splits in half.
Yeah.
because he doesn't do it right. He's not a scientist.
not a
He's
surgeon.
a fucking parking lot attendant.
He's not a world famous surgeon.
But like, could you first of all, it's hard enough to kidnap 3 people. Could you imagine kidnapping 12?
I don't even remember how he does it.
Yeah, what does he just steal a bus?
No, he's just knocking people out in the car
Speed,
park.
but fucking
Yes.
human centipede.
Yeah, well, I'm taller. No, I'm not. I'm 12 people tall.
Hey, I'm Dennis Hopper now, and you better, if you don't have 55 people tied together, we're blowing up the bus.
The car park guy just sneaks up on Jeff Daniels. He turns around, has that look.
Man, that
Oh,
Jeff
no.
Daniels look. That look still haunts me to this day.
Well, it's like, mother.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
It's great.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I mean, like the second, but I mean, like, yeah, he just doesn't have any motivation. Like, what is his end game? Like, or like if he's taking photos of it, if it's like, oh, everyone back in Berlin will be eating their words when they kick me out of the academy, or some.
It's got to be something. It's got to be
Human
fucking
Torture Academy or whatever this is.
No, I think it's just to replace the 3 dog.
But even
That's
that
his
has
whole
to have a
thing.
reason.
You have to tell me why we're jumping to people.
Yes.
You're going from Rottweilers to people, dude. You gotta say something. This isn't a character.
Like, yeah, I mean, like Texas Chainsaw, like, you know that they're eating people, which has a function. Like, it's disgusting, it's weird, blah, blah, blah. They even kind of, don't they say something about, like, the meat went bad or something, and they just, something.
Well, it's a whole thing about, like, they opened, like, a new slaughterhouse,
Yes.
and, like, they, it's their, like, business was affected, blah, blah, blah.
And that movie's as disturbing as anything has ever been made.
And those people are, like, economically distressed, at least.
Yes.
They've got a reason to lash out at strangers. This guy, what is his deal?
Exactly. Or, like, maybe he hates people. Like, just tell me anything about it.
He does hate people. He says it.
Well, yeah, but or like, and the other part of this movie that doesn't happen that could and should is there needs to be scenes of just the Human Centipede like dealing with it. The 3 of them, maybe they kind of form a, like I said, Morse code. They're communicating.
At
They're
one point,
writing
they
things
do,
out.
like hold each other's hands in
Yes.
solidarity. I guess.
And like there's sort of like they're helping the Japanese guy, like the woman in the middle is like tapping the Japanese guy on the shoulder and
Yes.
like pointing at shit. So like he kind of starts to do it, but the movie's just like so bad at this point that I don't even care. I'm like, it's too little, too late. I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about any of that.
But like, yeah, if they could somehow communicate about what's going on, or maybe there's flashbacks, or maybe these detectives that are going to be super important, we watch them and they're like
More than 2 scenes.
Yes.
They're piecing it together. They're like, what? Where is this guy?
If anything, it should be their movie.
Yeah,
Just
totally.
give me the detectives trying to
Exactly.
find missing people, and they stumble upon this insane plot.
Ooh, True Detective season 4 after the Human Centipede.
Yeah, Human Centipede like a flat circle, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink 48 beers and tell you the story of the Human Centipede.
That Human Centipede's still going to be in that room, and there's going to be no escape.
When a human centipede gets long enough, falls down on the floor, it becomes a flat circle.
Woody Harrelson is watching this movie just screaming in the houseboat.
I'm with you, dude. I'm with Woody in this situation. That would make my wig fall off.
Yes, I am the Yellow King.
Oh yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean, like this middle part of the movie is nothing. It's just a bunch of training scenes.
There's the closest it comes to him getting like sexually aroused or whatever. He's like swimming nude while they're like standing on the side of the pool.
Yeah.
That's as close as it comes to anything like that.
Yeah, and then they try to escape here, and then you do hear him beating it. He's like he lets them
He
go.
hits them with a riding crop. He's not beating it. He's not beating off.
No, he's beating
He's
them.
hitting them.
And he's riding it, isn't he? Also,
does he ride it?
Yeah, I think he like.
No, he
doesn't he sit on it?
No.
I think
I
he
just
does.
watched it this morning, stone cold sober with a cup of coffee.
No, maybe it was one of the other ones.
Yeah, now you're just mixing up these brilliant sequels.
They're all very brilliant.
By the way, Tom, if you ever go to make a part 4, I'm just saying, I'd be available.
So we could talk a little bit about his new movie, which is not released because nobody cares.
Yeah.
The Oniana Club or whatever it is, the Onania Club.
Yeah, whatever the fuck
Alec
it's called.
Baldwin on this podcast is like, you know, Tom, when you invited, because they've been talking, like
What?
they've met each other at some festival.
I bet they did.
And they're buds or
He came out,
something.
and we actually screened part 3 at the Hamptons International Film Festival, of which I'm on the board for. You offered me 2 times to be in the Onania Club, and I really thought about it, but my wife wouldn't let me be in the movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Does he say that?
He says that my wife wouldn't let me be in the movie.
Well,
now that's the move there, Hilaria Baldwin. Absolutely.
Well, Tom started screaming at my daughter, and we bonded over that.
That movie is because it's never going to come out.
I really don't think. Actually, one last piece. The Alec Baldwin interview came out last year for no reason. He's like, coming in early January 2019, the Onania Club. And it's like,
Nope,
did not happen, Alec.
It appears to be from the IMDb photos and plot summary about women who. It's basically like an all-female version of Crash, but instead of getting off to car accidents, they get off to like tragedies. So like the photos are like women like group masturbating in front of like watching 9/11 footage.
Okay.
You're really saying something in the Onania Club.
Wow, my wife, if she was old enough to watch the movies, I promise you, she would have been really into it.
His wife isn't like 25.
Yeah.
She's like just kind of below age appropriate.
Okay.
But she's not like
9.
a college co-ed.
Okay.
So all the yada yada, this training. So these two fucking cops finally come to the house.
Woo! Yeah, you're screaming it.
And these dudes are like, hey, so there's like several abandoned cars in the area. People are missing.
Which, by the way, sloppy as fuck, Doctor. You're
Totally.
leaving cars around?
Yeah, dude, you got to figure this shit out.
What a fucking idiot.
We got to call.
No, seriously. Like, I'm sure the fucking truck guy, everything was just laying
Oh, he
around.
definitely didn't move that truck.
No way.
He can't double clutch.
You need a Class A license to move that truck.
Oh no, I might be evil, but I am German and I must follow the rules. I do not have the license.
I'm unqualified to drive this automobile.
Yeah, we got a call from Helmut the Pervert. He says that there were 2 pretty girls here. Where are they?
There's a weird thing where he says they have a witness who heard. This is weird.
Yes.
We have a witness who heard an American girl screaming. I was like, what? You can scream in different accents?
I guess so.
Well, I guess she was just yelling in English or something.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me the witness. Make the witness part of the movie.
I want to
give me
see
shots of people peeking through fucking blinds going, what's going on out there at that fucking laser house?
It's
and hair lasers, dude.
Oh, wait, do you mean the
hair lasers, laser removal. Hair laser.
No, laser tag. We don't do laser tag here. It's only Human Centipede. Get your children out of here. We don't do it. It is only Human Centipedes.
I should have never put that ad in the phone book.
No, that's LASIK. LASIK surgery, not laser. LASIK.
But
no, it's lay sick. Yeah, like you lay down and I get sick with you. It's fucking twisted.
Yes, that's what we do here.
A great introduction to these cops would be, right, like interior police station.
Yes!
Someone's walking carrying a fucking, manila folder, right?
That's money. Can't do that.
Oh, police
Can't afford
station?
that.
No, that's money. Extras playing police officers, that's money.
Police parking lot. My God,
Yes.
I will take it.
He get, the folder plops down on this dude's desk. He opens it up and it's, mein Gott.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's fucking disgusted about it.
What you're describing is a movie.
Oh.
Wherein, like, you go to different locations and things happen. This is like fucking Clerks, dude.
You don't even need a police department parking lot. Go to a Staples parking lot
Yes,
and
yeah.
pretend like they're undercover cops or something.
My girlfriend sewed 37 guys together.
Yeah, I assure you, we are open.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Fuck, motherfuck, noich. Yeah.
Is that a human centipede, man? That's beautiful.
Would you like some American fuck berserker?
All right, Human Centipede, you have to behave because I am playing hockey on the roof.
Yes, a salsa shark. We're going to get into the bigger boat.
What do you mean she fucked the dead truck driver?
Yeah, her fucking body fell out.
I mean, like, but that's the situation we're in, man. Like, yeah, just a police station would be fucking gorgeous.
Totally.
But it doesn't happen. It's just these 2 big fat German dudes who are the best part of the movie by far.
Oh, because they're comically bumbling.
Yes. And they're like, hey, man, can we come in your house? By the way, he's in the middle of, he's giving them a physical, and he realizes that Jenny, who's in the back, is going to die. This is the blister popping.
Yeah, that's fine. We got
it. But that's when he realized that she's going to die.
Yeah,
and then he's like, oops. I have a call at the door. And this is kind of like a Frasier episode. Like, oh, they can't find the human centipede in the backyard or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he's running around an open door farce.
Dad, keep the door closed.
Oh, Lilith.
But yeah, so like whatever. These guys are like, yeah, people are missing. What is this enormous cage for? Which is a great...
Oh, right. And he doesn't even say anything right here. You just have to be like, oh, I had some Rottweilers.
Yes.
I had to put them down.
You know what? I will give Dieter Laser or Dr. Joseph Heiter, the character, credit here. He knows his rights. He's like, hey man, they're like, can we look around your house? And he's like, no, you don't have a warrant. And I mean, like, I'm with him. I'm, in this one instance, I'm with him. Cops can't just look in your house.
Well, human centipede or no?
Exactly. I might have a human centipede. I might have a joint.
It's like there's. Well, I mean, thank God he's in Europe right now because there's so many probable cause reasons to search this place because he at one point he brings out water and it breaks and he flips the fuck out. He's acting weird as shit.
Yes, yeah. And then he's not like, keeping his cool, man.
Exactly. He's fucking freaking out. And then he goes away for like 20 minutes to get a towel.
Yes.
Which is just him checking on the fucking peed, dude.
But, dude, he's checking the peed situation, right? Making sure that's all still right where he left it. But also, I mean, this is like peak stupidity for these fucking cops because he comes back with the towel and he's trying to clean up all the glass and he fucking drops everything and a huge fucking syringe falls out and the cop's like, what's that? And he's like, yeah, it's a diabetes. It's my insulin. And I was like, what are you? Did you see the size of that thing? It's for fucking elephants.
Yeah, so fucking shoot up, dude.
Yeah, you first.
Yeah, you brought the fucking thing out.
Yep.
Yeah. Insulin. You brought your insulin out. Go use it.
Exactly. We don't want your blood sugar to drop, buddy. Inject that shit right in front of me.
Show me a prescription pill. Show me a prescription.
We should mention, because it's one of 5 plot points, is when he's giving them water, he's roofied them again, and that's when the one guy drops it and he gets pissed, but the other guy is drinking it. And he's like, you have to come back. You've pissed me after the insulin bit. He's like, you've insulted me so much. You have to leave my house. You know what? Finish your drink and leave my house. Finish is my favorite line of the movie. He's like, finish your drink and leave my house. No, you finish that drink.
Well, because they're saying like, we can come back and get a warrant. It's only going to take 15 minutes. Yes. And he's like, yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
you do that.
Well, here's what you do. You fucking you use a telephone.
Yeah.
And you sit there and watch this creepy fuck.
Or there's 2 of you. You know what?
Yep.
Helmet goes there. Mm-hmm. Eric with an H sits down and deals with it. You know what I mean? And and the fact that only 2 of them come back, they're like, I think we got to, and again, a movie I want to see, they go back, like, Judge, we might have a human centipede situation.
I know we told you the last time that it was the last one. I think we got another one.
And you know what? Can we get like 3 more guys to come back with us? You know what I
this
mean?
guy's like kind of threatened us with needles. There's a huge cage. It also definitely smells.
Oh, and by the way, Tommy over here, he's been roofied and he's kind of being feeling that a little bit.
I think it's long release roofie because like the girl goes right out like this. He goes back there, comes back, and then fucking lands on his back.
Does he pass out?
He does.
Yeah, he
that's
finally
what kind of
does
gets
pass
him
out.
in the end. Is sort of, so they go away. Whilst he's dealing with the cops, the human centipede, the Japanese guy grabs a scalpel,
right?
And so when Dieter Laser comes back to deal with them, he stabs him in the kneecap. Pretty good stab here.
Foot, isn't it?
It's the foot, then the kneecap.
Yeah, jams it right on the top of that foot.
And you know what, dude? If someone has made me into a human centipede, I am doing that. Scalpel is not stopping at the kneecap.
I'm never gonna stop stabbing that guy.
Nope, it's going to the genitalia for a long. I'm watching the light leave his eyes, and then more stuff is still happening.
And this is it's actually worse what he winds up
absolutely
doing.
true. I'm sorry.
No, that's definitely gonna happen.
Well, what he does though is he does what I think is the correct escalation. Was he starts biting at his throat?
Yes.
Right.
Oh, right.
But he doesn't like finish the job.
Yeah.
It's just like a little like.
It's a bad hickey. Like he gets flesh out, which is fine.
Totally.
But no, obviously no major arteries.
No, he looks like a fucking 16-year-old at a drive-in.
Those eyeballs those eye sockets should be empty.
Yes,
absolutely gone.
It's such bullshit.
Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, you made me a human centipede. I now have a knife. And that's the end of the game.
I have a knife now. Ho, ho, ho.
Exactly.
I'm turning this guy into a puddle, and then I'm dragging all 3 of us into the pool for the final dip.
But no, he rips a chunk of flesh out, and now they have to deal with the stairs because the house is not accessible, which is bullshit, Dieter Laser.
It's unbelievable. It's not human centipede accessible. Can't believe
it's not up to code. So maybe that's what they're getting a warrant for. Like, this isn't up to code.
Maybe that was Tom Six's whole message was about, housing in Germany is not really handicapped accessible. That's the whole message of the movie.
That's definitely what it was.
Yeah, in the sequel, there's a huge ramp coming out of the barn.
And you can do laps in the pool.
So now we just get this boring sequence of boring. I don't know. For me,
it is boring and disgusting at the same time.
Of the Human Centipede going around the house and Dieter Laser like crawling behind it because his legs are now demobilized.
Yeah, the Japanese guy's got a fucking LOL line for me right here though, because they go back into that room that Lindsay crawled out of before, and like he's got the curtains closed, and they come into the room and the guy just thinks like they've hit a dead end, and he goes, "Why are we in this room?" And she pulls the thing open. She's like, "It's the door, break the window," you know.
So they're doing that. Dieter Laser's licking their blood for some reason, sure.
Because it's extreme.
And now this dude, the Japanese guy, decides to slit his own throat. And it's like, dude, why didn't you do that earlier? Why are you doing that now?
Yeah, it's this like the doctor's right behind them. He's doing this like, yes, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And this dude's like, he has got something where he's like, yeah, I'm feeling so guilty because I abandoned my family and the love of my children. I'm going to fucking stab myself in the neck.
At the start of the movie. Let me
Exactly.
understand these characters before they get there.
And also, like, yeah, I mean, like, he's got a jagged piece of glass in his hand. Suicide's definitely on the table for me, but first I need to see the light leave his eyes.
Yeah. First things first, man.
You know what it is? It's selfish because middle girl is going to be left there, and he has to know that while he's doing this. Again, go to the pool. All of you go in at the same time and end all of this.
Totally, it's like a Busby Berkeley, like Hollywood, synchronized swimming number. You all just fall in,
or at least cut your throat and then hand the glass back to her.
Do a pass back, exactly.
But
as you're fucking choking on your own blood.
He did a whole monologue about how he's abandoned his boy or whatever, and his whole life has been selfish, and this is all punishment for that. But then he does, as you point out, a selfish act by abandoning these two women to die on this carpet.
And Jenny at this point is pretty much dying from, complete malnutrition, which. Obviously,
you can't just eat shit forever. What was the end game?
It's like because there's like gangrene going on. I think it's like sepsis.
But to Eric's point, yes, shit is not very nutritious, or not the opposite of nutritious. Actually,
it's also not good for open wounds.
Yeah.
God damn, we'll just rub some shit in that open wound.
Oh, gross.
The dumb cops come back and they're like, haha, now we do have a warrant, Mr. And this is when I do kind of like, it's the one guy, the other guy kind of succumbing to the roofies, but he's kind of basically the hungover detective because he's just like, he's a bit sluggish and he throws up in the hallway and he's like, oh man, yesterday was a mess.
Oh, I thought he threw up in the hallway because of the smell.
No, I think he's dealing with the fact that he was roofied.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, I guess.
And like, also what could happen in this movie is somebody like the Human Centipede gets out and like people have to deal with it. What is the situation here? Or like, even this detective is like, oh my God, a human centipede. You know what I mean? Like that would
Holy cow.
Exactly. But he doesn't. He looks. He finds it. He goes, oh, and leaves.
Yeah, because he's looking for the partner again.
Yeah.
He goes into the pool room. And what is the situation here, though? Because Dieter Laser's like leaning up against the wall when this guy comes into the pool room. And then you see the dude is dead in the pool, and Dieter Laser's got the gun.
He's got his gun. Something happened, which you didn't see.
Yeah, I totally don't understand what's.
I love it when the end of a movie is off screen.
Yeah. Again, like a movie that is devoid of action, devoid of movement, devoid of anything. There's a scene where a guy gets somebody else's gun. That's something that needs to be in the movie.
And so, yeah, this other cop comes in, and like for the second time in 10 seconds, he's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then Dieter Laser shoots this cop in the gut, but the cop gets a shot up and nails him right between the eyes.
Pretty good. But, honestly, we need to see some stuff burn,
anything. Yeah.
But anything less than being pulled apart by horses really isn't going to fit the crime.
You get the old Braveheart, man.
I kind of
the
agree.
best you got.
Mm-hmm.
And so like those two are dead. We go back to the room. The other woman has died, by the way, at some point. So Lindsay in the middle is left. And that's the end of the movie. Is we cut to the exterior of the house. It turns artistically into black and white. We get these credits and you just hear her like muffled screams as the credits
and the sobbing,
roll.
dude, which is so cool. I love watching and hearing people cry.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's
right.
horror to me. That's totally horror.
Tom Six. Now, what is your secret for making women cry? Because I've got my own. I would like to learn.
Do you like to call them pigs by any chance?
I loved, so one of the funniest things is the end of this movie. I was checking for stingers. You never know.
You never know.
No, I just like watching credits. There's a special thanks, and the special thanks is so many people where it's just their first initial and then the last name. It's like, yeah, please don't put my name on this. You want to thank me? All right, maybe abbreviate my name in some way. I don't want to be thanked in Human Centipede.
Just call me Slim, and I'll know it's me. You know what?
And that's it. That is the end of this movie. Clearly, no one is recommending it.
Oh.
But I want to say
It is the best of the three.
I was going to say, Steve Sadak.
Absolutely.
All right, the two of you rank this franchise.
It's 1, 3, 2.
Yeah, that's absolutely it.
It's 1, 3, 2. And 3 is really bad. 3 has a lot of weird, it's like there's like joking blowjob nonsense
from a porn star.
Yeah.
From Charlie Sheen's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Unsimulated?
No, but it's like very graphic.
Very big and jokey.
Yeah.
So there's a blowjob.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now are you telling me it's two-peed or bipede?
No, it's just a regular person.
Bipedal?
But it's like it's like a
bipedal.
bad it's like a bad dad joke. It's just like it's like this weird the sheriff's daughter is under the command of the warden, so she has to give him the blowjob, but she's like kind of ditzy, if I remember it correctly, et cetera, et cetera. It's stupid. The second movie though is like it's just grotesque. It's like the finale is beyond words.
It's purposefully off-putting, like to an extreme degree.
Yeah.
It's up there with Serbian film. It's like in that realm.
Wherein this movie actually, like it is, most of this movie is as disgusting as it is. It's all in your brain, right? You know, you're filling in the pieces as like you're not watching shit go anywhere. You're not watching blood. You're not whatever. The second movie is all of that.
So they're doubling down on all the stuff you may have missed from the first one.
Because the guy's a genius. Tom Six is a genius.
He's a total genius.
Oh my God, that second movie.
And the funny thing is, listening to Alec Baldwin, he did see the second. He was like,
"It's just, really? Where did you find a guy like that?"
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I liked her because she was big and fat." He's like,
"Yes, he's very fat."
Like, it's just this amazing conversation about it.
Can you hear Alec Baldwin realizing that it's a bad idea to have him on this podcast, like in the middle of the conversation? Oh fuck, I've made a terrible mistake. This is the last time I watch movies in the middle of the night, high as a kite.
Yes, I was hanging out in many the cellars in apartment buildings, and that's where I found Joe.
This guy's an actual parking lot attendant. That is The Human Centipede, directed by cinematic legend Tom Six. If you want more We Hate Movies in where we're not talking about The Human Centipede, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/We Hate Movies. In celebration of October in the Spooktacular, we have an episode out talking about Stanley Kubrick's Shining for We Love Movies. That is on there at the $5 level.
I will say it's not grotesque.
Yeah,
that episode
disgusting.
is not outright grotesque like this one was. So
No.
please check it out.
Yeah, you're right. Alec Baldwin is not mentioned at all.
At all.
No, I mean, honestly, though, it's funny. I almost wish we could do that episode again right after this because I'm so disgusted. I'm so repulsed.
Well, we're about to record an episode of The Nexus, which is our Star
that's
Trek
sort of
podcast, which
something.
is also on the Patreon. So that ought to wash the bad taste out of our mouths here. But next week, thank God, we're not covering Human Centipede 2. We are covering a different horror film. Steve Sadak, what are we talking about?
We are going to Franchise Town because we're talking about the original Child's Play.
Oh my God. This is our live episode from Chicago, Illinois, recorded this past June. It was a great fucking show. So that's going to be a lot of fun releasing that. And that's it. I got to go take a shower. I think we're all going to go home and take showers.
I have to say something. Add number 2 and probably number 3 to our list of things we're never doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Room and Birdemic now have good company.
Right. I will never watch this movie again.
Yep.
I will never watch those sequels.
Nope.
You enjoy them. Looking directly at Steve.
Oh, he totally is, which is fine. I'm just saying, I you know what? Yeah, I don't like any of these movies. I want to be really clear about that. I don't like any of these movies.
The big question, though, because on his in development is Human Caterpillar, we're told. Are you going to go see that in the theaters if it gets
For your
released in the
anniversary?
theater?
No, I mean, I don't think so. I think
Special
we might-
edition Blu-ray?
Yeah, definitely.
No, isn't the 2-year anniversary Human Caterpillar?
I feel like we have to start dreaming bigger if they're going to keep doing more of these, like Human Spider.
Yeah, or
like let's put limbs together and do Frankenstein shit.
I will say, you get me into a situation: Human Centipede versus Human Caterpillar. You know what I mean? A king of the human monsters
Fighting each other a lot.
Sure.
You know what? Honestly, give me the sci-fi version of this movie, and I would prefer it
because there would be humor at least.
Yes.
Sorry.
There would be humor. Yeah. And you can a sci-fi, you can like forgive a lot of stuff. This
A
is
little bit of a wink, a little bit of a nod
Sure.
to go a long motherfucking way.
You at least get Ian Ziering in it.
So until next week when we are live from Chicago's Thalia Hall with Child's Play, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cavan.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy.
That was a HeadGum podcast.